Okay, should you use CPF to pay for your house, and what will happen at the age of 55 that affects your housing decision? Okay, this CPF topic, right, is something that I realize many people do not understand. So I just want to keep this video short and focus on just these two questions, because I just want to be very direct and very clear and concise on what I'm going to share. So let's say today, right, let's say for me, because I'm self-employed, I don't have any CPF, so I only can buy houses using cash. So what I do is let's say I use cash to buy my house. So let's say when I sell my house, right, everything that comes back to me will be cash. Okay, so we get this point clear first. But today, let's say I use CPF to buy a house. Okay, so what I'm using is my OA account, so my ordinary account. That's the only account that I can use to buy my house. So if I use my ordinary account to pay for down payment, pay for installment, I actually take out this money from my OA account and put in my house. Okay, this money, right, is CPF money. So what happened is, after I take this money and put into my house, the CPF interest still runs. It still moves. Okay, what I mean is, like, for example, when we sell our house, right, okay, now let's say you all have a house, you all just log in your SingPass to your CPF website, then go under my statement, then go under my property. You will see a property refund or property withdrawal, something like that. You'll see an amount, then below you'll see an interest occurred. So these two amounts got to add together. So what does this mean is that, let's say you sell a house at like 1 million, then you minus away outstanding loan, then you have to return these two amounts, the interest and the refund. Okay, so it also means that, for example, let's say today, you see, today, instead of me using 50,000 to buy my house, I don't use the 50,000. I don't touch it. It's in my OA account. Okay, if I don't touch it, I put it in my OA account, then I use cash to pay for my property. Okay, this OA account, right, will keep moving at, I think, 2.5% interest for now. I think this quarter they give it until September, but it floats around 2.5 to 3 plus minus around that. So I will earn a 2.5 compound interest. So there will be a 2.5 interest on my 50,000 because I didn't use it to buy my house. Okay, so who gives this interest to my OA account? Is given by, I don't know how it works. Maybe you can also say it's given by the government or given by CPF board. So this amount will keep increasing on an interest of 2.5%. Let's say today I choose to use this 50,000 to buy my house. So I put this money into my house. Okay, this amount will still increase according to the interest, but this time the increase, right, is not from the CPF board or from the government. You know, this money, this additional money, this interest that is giving to my OA account previously, when I leave it in my OA account, was given by the government or given by the CPF board. But now that I use it to buy my house, right, it still increase. You know, there's still an interest, but this time, right, this interest is not given by the government, it's given by myself already, because this interest will keep increasing. So let's say my property increase, then I will be making money in terms of making CPF money. I won't be making cash money. It really depends on how you see it, you see. Some people may see it like, because I use my CPF money, so I need to pay back the interest. Some people may think that, like, I use my CPF money, so I'm like borrowing from myself, you know. I don't want to make it so controversy and like so a very wrong, or using wrong terms or wrong mindset to illustrate this thing. Because to me is that, let's say today I don't use this money to pay for my house, right, it will stay in my CPF account, and the accrued interest that is given to me is given to me by the government, by CPF board. But today, if I use it to buy the house, right, then there will still be an interest, but this interest is me putting it back to my CPF account. So me putting it back to my CPF account after I sell my house, it doesn't mean I lose money, what? You know, it's still my money, just that instead of getting it back in cash, I get it back in CPF. So it really depends on how you think. And some of this advice that I've given, people will tell me, hey, Aaron, can use CPF. I don't have enough cash, so that's why I use CPF. But you can split you don't need to like 100% CPF or 100% cash. You can like 50-50, 30-70, 40-60. You can split accordingly, and to split is very very convenient. I'm not too sure for HDB loan how it works, but for bank loan, right, basically we split it from the CPF website. So we go to the CPF website, we will split the property withdrawal amount, how much. So let's say I put like, let's say my monthly installment is 3,000, then they withdraw 2,000 from my CPF account because I set the limit at 2,000. Then the 1,000 they will withdraw it from my housing they call it a statement savings account. That's what for my bank loan. They'll take from that account that was linked to this property loan. So this can be adjusted. Okay, so this is one of the questions that I think you should know, because by not using CPF to pay for your house, right, you actually earn extra because you earn the profits that the government is giving you. You know, instead of once you use it, right, you don't earn the profit, yet your own profit has to be contributing back to your CPF account. So this is an extra earn if you don't use it and you put it in your OA account. Okay, so another topic that's linked to the CPF is what will happen at the age of 55. Okay, so I meet a lot of customers, and this is a very scary thing because some of them really don't look like 55. They really look like 50 or 45. Then my first question when I go into the house is I must make sure that they are not 55. Okay, why? Because when you reach 55, right, there's a retirement account. There's a retirement minimum sum. So let's say the retirement minimum sum is 180,000, example. So let's say this guy is like 55. So I need to go into his CPF account and check what is his minimum sum, and have this guy reached the limit of the minimum sum. So for example, let's say I give you an example, okay, just a case study. I went to meet Mr. Tan. So Mr. Tan is 55. So the minimum sum is, let's say, 170,000. So if Mr. Tan already have 170,000 in his CPF account and he meet the minimum sum of the retirement sum amount, okay, when he sell his house, right, whether is it CPF or cash that is coming back to him, right, it will all be cash, and he will be able to use all, including half of his minimum sum amount, which is half of the 170,000. He can use this amount to buy the next house. But today this is very dangerous, because if Mr. Tan's CPF account is zero, meaning that his CPF account no money, and he didn't read the retirement minimum sum, his CPF account is zero. When he sell his house, right, the CPF refund, right, will actually go back to his CPF account, and it will have to hit half of the minimum sum first before he can use the other half to buy the next house. So let's say Mr. Tan is looking to do a downgrade, let's say from a 5-room to a 3-room flat. Then Mr. Sun asked me, hey Aaron, now my CPF got no money, and he's 55, he got no money. If he sell his place, right, okay, we just do a case study, just example, 170,000 CPF go back to his account, example. In this 170,000 go back, right, just nice his minimum sum for retirement fund is 170,000. So he can only use half of that 170,000 to buy the next house, meaning that half of it will be locked in his retirement account. He cannot use it to buy the next house, you know. So this becomes very dangerous, because he may think that, hey, since my current 5-room is already fully paid, so whatever I sell, I take back, I can use to buy my next house ma. He didn't know that he will have like half of the 170,000 being locked into his retirement account, you know. So these are the standard rules you know, that in the CPF that you have to be very aware of. So every time when I meet a customer, I have to very confirm that they are not 55, because 55 will have this problem. But this problem does not affect those that have meet the retirement sum amount. Okay, so this is also something that you guys have to check. Okay, so I'm going to keep this topic short, because every time when it comes to mathematics, it comes to CPF, it comes to all these numbers, I realize that it's very heavy for my subscribers and very heavy for you all to understand. So watch a few more times, okay? If you need any, you don't understand, drop me a comment, drop me a WhatsApp, drop me an email. I will just answer and I will share with you more, okay? So hit the subscribe button if you like my video and you think it helps you. Hit the subscribe button, and I see you on the next episode. See you again, and bye bye.